hello, lovely people. So excited that you guys are here. If you're happen to be watching this on a replay, go ahead. Thanks, Therese. Go ahead and type in hashtag replay right now. We absolutely love and adore all of our awesome and amazing replay viewers. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and send a quick, super fast email blast out right now, letting everybody know that we are alive. Okay. I know we already sent an email out, but sometimes it's better to just send another one real quick. So that way those who didn't get the first one will in fact get the second one. So again, thank you guys so much for joining us on today. We're going to have an amazing conversation as always. Meiyoko actually on his way in the building. And it's going to be awesome. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to send an email out. And those of you who are watching, let me know where you are, how did you get your notification today? Did you get an email? Did you get a text? Did you get a message from Therese? She drops the live in our group chats. Did you get a notification through social media? Go ahead and let us know in the chat how you got your notifications. That's definitely helpful to us to know that where everybody is coming from. So definitely make sure that you go ahead and share that information in the chat. Here is Meiyoko. All right, Meiyoko, give me a thumbs up when you're ready to get on stage. I need to change the background a little bit. But thank you guys once again for hopping on. We had a great live yesterday. I don't know about those of you who missed it. Go ahead back to that live because I know I'd be saying this to tease y'all sometimes, but I may take some of these lives down because they're really good and juicy. So, and packed with some great information. So if you missed yesterday's live, it's still up there. Go ahead and watch it. We talked about sales process. We dived into what it is, the common mistakes. And it was like we were on fire yesterday, and we're going to continue with that same momentum, okay? But today is a good topic. Meiyoko and I were talking last night about habits. I think it's very important in business that you have habits. You also evaluate your habits if need be, right? Which should always be evaluating your habits. And if need be, you should always be tweaking them here and there, right? My habits that I had in business before I had 5 kids versus now, way way different. Basically almost like night and day, right? So, but what we're going to be talking about is high level habits. High level habits, and what are those secrets to that? So, there you go.
What's up?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing
What's
amazing.
happening, everybody?
Yes. Y'all go ahead and type in hashtag live in the chat to let us know that you are here. And that also lets us know that our comments are working as well. So I was just sharing how my habits before I started having children versus now are very, very different. Very different. Like I feel like there's just not enough time in the day to do what needs to to do what needs to be done, right? But yes, Meiyoko, what do you think about habits? So when did you start hearing about those word habits, high
I
level
think I
habits?
read a book. Oh man, probably maybe 10 years ago,
Mhm.
called Atomic Habits. I forget the author. I read that book. Then I also read High Performance Habits by Brendan Burchard.
Yes, I read Atomic Habits, but not high performing. I'm definitely that's going to be my next read.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of these guys, right? A lot of these women and these men, they take practical things that we should know and they express it in these really cool ways, right? So
Hmm.
um when you talk about habits, what it really is, it's the discipline to do something over and over again to get a certain result.
Hmm.
And it's probably one of the most challenging things we have as human beings because the thing about it is we develop habits whether we know it or not, right?
Right, right.
Sitting around doing nothing is a habit.
Hmm.
If you consistently do it all the time, you get used to it, you get comfortable.
Right.
So people always say, oh, well, I'm afraid to do this, or I'm afraid to fail, or I'm afraid to make this step. You can actually
Hmm.
start to get into the habit
Hmm.
of procrastination.
Hmm.
So now it's a habit, something you're doing all the time to avoid something else. So
Hmm.
habits are important. And I
Hmm.
want people to understand you are developing habits whether you like it or not.
Hmm.
So you might as well be self-aware enough and make a conscious decision to develop the right ones.
Right, right. Right. I like that. There was always this joker that goes around, especially in certain communities that I'm in, online communities that I'm in, where they say like, "Oh, habits hurt." And if they hurt, you're doing a good job because habits are not supposed to always feel good. Waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning doesn't ever feel good. I don't care how long you've been doing it. Having a morning routine and then an afternoon routine and then a nighttime routine, that doesn't always feel good, but you got to do it. You know what I mean? As
Right.
a mom, you got to have habits.
Right.
As an entrepreneur, you have to have habits. You know what I mean? All those you just have to have. Hey, Marlena. Hey, LaShawn. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. So I want you guys to do us a favor. I want y'all to answer this question in the chat, and if you could think of some questions to Miyoko, that'd be great. I want to ask you guys, type in one in the chat if you feel that you need to improve on your habits or you don't have any habits at all, or type in two in the chat if you're like, listen, I'm the habit queen. I got it nailed down, got it systemized. It's good to go. So just one if you need more help with your habits, or two if you're like, listen, I'm good with habits and you're just here to enjoy this amazing information, or maybe even hear something new. All right, so definitely go ahead and share that. So as always, I made a little diagram. I'm going to go ahead and share it. Okay, I hope you guys like it. And this is actually going to help you guys follow along with today's topic. So again, we are talking about, thank you, Melina. We are talking about high level habits. Okay, high level habits and how you can definitely break through that. Okay, so when you feel stuck, check your habits. You and I, Miyoko, talked about that last night.
Right.
People are always feeling stuck. People are always feeling like they're overwhelmed.
Right.
People are always feeling like I'm not getting ahead. Y'all typing me in the chat if you feel that way right now, like you're not getting ahead. You have all the trainings, you have all the resources, you have all the information, but you are not getting ahead, right? What do you have to say to that, Miyoko?
So let me tell you what happened to me. So I would see a lot of people that I kind of started out with, and hundreds of thousands of followers, millions of dollars later. They're booked, like I said yesterday, booked well into next year.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I would look at and I say, hey, you know what? I have just as much knowledge, or if
Mm-hmm.
not more. I know I have a gift at what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I not where? Why? And this is how a lot of people think, right? I know I could be further along. Why am I not where that person's at? Two things.
Right.
Stop comparing yourself to other people, for one, right? The next thing is stop comparing yourself to people that have done the work that you're not willing to do yet. Now I'm going to say it again. Stop comparing yourself to people who have done the work that either you haven't done yet or you're not willing to do. Because if you look at a lot of these people's posts, they'll say, my first post flatline, 10th post flatline, 200th post, now I'm doing this, and that. And the reason why is because they created a habit of showing up every single day very strategically. So we look for, and this is just how humanity is. We look for instant results right away. This is how we are. Instant gratification. But if you're going to succeed at this and to develop high level habits, you are investing in the long game. Yes, you're going to get short-term benefits. Yes. But what you're really looking at is, what is life going to be like 3 or 4 months down the road? What does my
Right.
business look like in the second quarter, the third quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should already be thinking right into next year.
Correct.
What momentum am I going to take this last quarter into the next into the new year?
Correct.
Right? Where do I want to be at in the next 12 months?
Mm-hmm.
That's high level thinking. We're not going to talk
Right.
about that today.
Right.
But you have to have these high level habits, because that's what's going to take you when you're not seeing the results right away.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So when you feel stuck, check your habits.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to that statement, when you feel stuck, check your habits. Right?
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, it's a habit thing, but you could be actually having good habits and feel stuck at the same time.
Mm.
That's part of the process.
Right. Right.
That's part of the process. There's going to be some level of resistance, and that's okay. But you have to be consistent. It's not
Mm-hmm.
when we're doing well that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is when we don't see the results right away.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So playing small, your habits may be the issue.
Right.
Absolutely. Because somebody that's working on their habits every day. I know what I need to develop every single day to get to where I want. They're not playing small.
Right. Right.
They're looking at the long-term aspect of this. And when I
Mm-hmm.
say long-term, everybody, I'm not saying it's going to take you 5 years, 10 years, or
Mm-hmm.
even 1 year. But it's not going to be 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be 30 days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It may
That's
be
true.
60. It may not be 60. It may be 90 days. The problem is, the thing about it is, stop looking at it from a time perspective.
Right.
Look at my habit building perspective.
Right. Right. Your habits do pay off. It does. And I want to plug in what we spoke about yesterday, guys. Yesterday, we made our very first announcement. This is something that's brand spanking new, of our signature process builder. And if you're struggling to find out what habits, identifying which habits that's going to keep you from being stuck, right? So that way you can grow your business, get more leads, and win consistently. Because we all know business is up and down. And for me as a woman, and what everything I've gone through personally in my life, the down parts come from the fact of personal things, right?
Right. Right.
So that's how it is for me. I don't know how it is for those of you who are watching. Only time it's a down dip in my business because it stands for something personal, right? But this will help you to really first, again, identifying the habits that's going to help you win. Also, no matter what it is that you're going through personally, you're going to have those signature habits, right? Through your signature process is going to help you to win all the time and stay consistent and stay on top of your
Right.
business, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's dive into number two, our second point, which is accountability. Oh my God. I just had a conversation with you today about that. People don't like to hold themselves accountable. Anyway,
No.
because accountability builds
Right. Right.
consistency, right? It really, really does. The more accountable you are, I feel like accountability is also self-awareness, right? You
Right.
looking at yourself in the mirror and being honest of where you're at right now.
Yep.
Where do you want to be? What has caused you to be where you're at today? You and I talk about that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And what you want to do to moving forward. And accountability is not meant for you to feel bad. I
Right.
feel like in business, when you're holding yourself accountable, when you're feeling bad, correct me if I'm wrong, Miyoko, but you're putting your feelings and emotions too involved in it, right? But when we hold ourselves accountable, we have a level head and think of like, okay, let me hold myself accountable so I can make more improvements, right? So the next step I make is going to be not only strategic, it's going to yield results. So I'm not making the same mistakes over and over and over again. You're going to move forward more better, right?
Right. So I want people to look at accountability partners from a different perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usually when somebody says having an account, first you got to hold yourself accountable.
Yes, yes.
You have to look at yourself and say, I am responsible. Nothing happens unless I do something. So hold yourself accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most people think of accountability partners as another colleague, another professional. My
Mm-hmm.
biggest accountability partner right now is my daughter.
Mm. Uh,
We look at accountability partners the wrong way,
yes,
right? It can be a
yes,
professional colleague that can push you. I'm not saying that it can't. My accountability partner is my 5-year-old daughter.
yes.
She wants
Amen.
things, she deserves things.
Mm-hmm.
She looks up to her father. I can't do any wrong in her eyes. I mean, those of you that have children know the age
Nothing wrong.
that I'm dealing with. But
You a Superman to her.
what it does is it pushes even the drive to be better,
Right,
even more. So
right.
when I look at her and I say, you know what, man, I don't feel like I want to kind of take it a little easy today. I know this needs to get done today, but maybe I'll put it off tomorrow. I think of my daughter.
Right, right.
So I look at her and the things that she needs and the things that I want for her life and
Mm-hmm.
the potential that I already see in her at such a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at that and I say, you know what? If I don't get this done, if I don't continue this habit,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm not serving her at the best possible level, my potential that could possibly
Mm,
be there. So that's an
mm,
accountability partner for me.
mm,
And that is a permanent accountability partner
mm.
because God willing, as long as she's here, that accountability is not going anywhere.
Right.
I
It's
don't
not
care if
going
she's
no.
30 years old.
It's going to just grow as through age. Speaking
Correct.
from experience.
Correct. So that's my accountability partner.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's my mother.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for people, so for me, My accountability partner are those that are closest to me and those that I love the most.
I love that. I
You
love
know,
that.
it creates an emotional reaction for me.
Right.
I need that.
Right.
Business colleague, cool, man. Yeah, let's hit some numbers. Did you
Right.
make some? Oh, yeah, that's cool. But it's different when it's just like, I want this for my daughter.
That's right.
She
That's right.
deserves this, and I'm
Right.
going to consistently do these things to make sure she gets them.
Make sure it
And then when
happens.
she
I
gets
love
those,
that.
there's going to be other things for her.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know, for my mother, for the people that you care about. So don't limit your accountability partners to professional colleagues,
Right.
right? It can be yourself,
Mm-hmm.
a promise you make to yourself. It can be your children. It can be your loved ones. Whatever continues to magnify that drive that you have.
Yes.
That's your
Yes.
accountability partner. So
Right.
I
Right.
wanted to share that and kind of give you a different perspective on that.
I love that perspective. And y'all share in the chat, who is your accountability partner? Obviously, one, just like Miyoko said, is you first. And two is whoever else, like Miyoko references daughter. You guys can reference different things. I'm gonna piggyback on that because I know Miyoko. You're my business partner, friend, and you're also my coach, right? And you have helped me to go from saying the words like "I'll try" to "I'll do." I know sometimes I even overdo the "I do." I'm fine and all that stuff, right? But today I was actually, after I dropped my kids off from school, I was walking home and I said, I'm 42 years old.
Mm-hmm.
In 8 years, I'm going to be 50, right? Where do I see Leticia as 50? I know you and I have had private conversations about how I need to start, identifying myself outside of my kids, outside of my business and all that stuff. Because as I was walking home, I was like, wait, my youngest is going to be 10. The
Mm-hmm.
next one, when I'm 50, Tori's going to be 10. Valora's going to be 16. Warren's going to be 18. Aurora's going to be 24. And Rory's going to be 26. Oh, yeah. And where do I see myself? Having two in
Right.
college.
Uh-huh.
No, actually three would be in college by then. And two still going to schools, public school. And that's my accountability right there. You know what I mean? Like my 50-year-old self. What do I want to be? Yes, I'm going to be a mom. Yes, I'm going to be a business owner. But who am I going to be? And that
Right.
also ties into everything else too, the
Right.
business, me as a mom, and things like that. So when I that's allowing me to think big picture, not just thinking in the now. I got to get this done now. I got to get this done today, but also thinking like more strategically. Where is this going to lead me on my 50th big bash birthday party that I'm going to throw for myself? That I'm the 50-year-old person that I'm going to be proud of. So
Right.
she is my 50-year-old self is my accountability partner. So y'all go
So,
ahead and do yours, right?
so here's the thing, and I want people to understand this, right? We put a lot
Right.
of focus on having businesses and making money and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The businesses that we have that we're passionate about, they are just the vehicle that gets us to the things that we
Right.
really want, the
Mm-hmm.
things that we need. First is the things that you need, bills and all that stuff paid, et cetera, et cetera. But
Mm-hmm.
after that, you go into what I really want to, what am I passionate about? What do
Mm-hmm.
I want to do? Who do I really want to be?
Mm-hmm.
So the business is the vehicle that helps fund that creativity.
Yes.
So look at the business that way.
Right.
Don't look at it
Right.
as, oh, I got to build the business and make money. No, this is your dream machine.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your business is going to fund your dreams. It's going to fund your creativity, fund your
Mm-hmm.
your aspirations.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we got to shift our perspective about things.
Mm-hmm. We do. We do.
You
We
know.
absolutely
So
do. Yes.
I just wanted to kind of add that in. We can go on to the third one.
Right. Yeah. Before we move on, guys, those of you who are even struggling to think about self accountability and have an accountability partner, definitely grab our signature process builder because it's going to help you to not to slip back into old patterns. And I think that's the major thing too when it comes to high level habits is that once we establish them, sometimes we pivot away and go back into our old habits. So
Right.
our signature process builder is going to help you guys with that. Next point now is commitment over convenience. I'm gonna be honest. I love feeling convenience. I love having
We
convenience,
all do.
right?
We
We
all do.
all do. We all love it. We love it. Adore it. We sometimes we just yearn for it. But convenience is not always good, and it's not always the first thing. You got to have commitment over that. You got to have commitment over that. I think that's so, so, so important. You got to be committed to your business. You got to be committed to your sales process. You got to be committed to these things in order for you to get the convenience. I feel like we more, and I'm guilty of this as well. We want the convenience first. You know, we want the success first, we want the accolades first, we want the recognition first. We want to make all the money first instead of thinking about, okay, if I'm going to be committed to something, and number one, I'm going to make sure I follow through the right way, I map it out the right way, and I make sure I execute it on the right way so I can have convenience and have convenience consistently. Because
Right.
you can get that instant gratification, say, hey, I got this check or I got this award or whatever. And then after a certain period of time, you're not even able to maintain that. Okay. You're not able to maintain that, especially when you're making poor decisions in business. And then you're going to end up right at point A. And then you're going to always be telling yourself, why am I always ending up here? I get ahead, right? And just like a hamster wheel, you're right back at the starting point instead of at a different level starting point. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it means like just doing the work, even if you don't feel like it, doing the work, even if it's sort of like, takes you time away from you doing those little, minor things that you enjoy,
Mhm.
in order for you to get real breakthrough. What do you think, Meiyoko?
No, I agree with that. I think
Mm-hmm.
if you're at a point where everything feels easy in your business, something's
Mm-hmm.
wrong.
Yeah.
Something's
Yeah.
off. I
Yeah.
mean, you're gonna have to do something that's going to be inconvenience you. That's going to push you to even. That's how we grow.
Yeah.
Growth comes from inconvenience. You got to get out of your comfort zone.
You're
But
right.
what I will say is, a lot of us look at business the wrong way, right? And me and Leticia, we talk about this all the time. Being passionate about your business and your
Mm-hmm.
personal brand. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
all that is fine and good.
Mm-hmm.
But what is your business going to do for you? We forget.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
so
Yes.
focused on helping everybody and saving the world and having a service because we're passionate about this. That's great.
That's amazing.
That's great. But if you don't know what your business is going to do for you,
Mm-hmm.
this is where inconvenience becomes too heavy.
Ooh, you could say that again.
It's not attached to anything. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I'll give you a personal example. My desire for, and I had a conversation with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I've been telling myself I want to do a book with my child.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she tells me she wants to write a book.
Right.
I'm like, awesome, wonderful. When do you want to do it? So she's telling me, so I'm probably going to wait a couple more years, God willing, and then do the book, right? But I'm already thinking, if I make this amount of money in my business,
Right.
if I get my platform to this particular level,
Correct.
once my daughter launches her book,
Yep.
now she's got a huge platform.
Yep.
People love kids.
Yep.
Her book can be a New York Times best-selling book for
Absolutely.
kids
Mm-hmm.
very, very quickly. So this is what I'm talking about.
Right.
What is your business and your personal brand doing for you?
Right. Right. Right.
At the end of the day, you still got to eat.
Yep.
You got to eat. You want to travel.
And some of y'all like to eat good.
Right. You want to experience certain things in your life
Right.
for your kids, for yourself.
Yep.
What is your business going to do for you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you have to, that has to be part of it.
Yeah.
We leave that part out because we think it sounds selfish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stop neglecting yourself.
That's right. That's right.
I know it sounds cool. I want to serve everyone. I want to help my personal brand. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. That's great. At the end of the day, you have needs too.
That's right.
Why are you in a business, right? If part of it's not to actually do things for yourself.
Wow. You coaching to me right now, Mio.
This is where convenience. I will get inconvenient because you know what? At the end of the day, this is going to benefit me.
That's right.
This is going towards the things that I want too.
Right. Right.
While everybody's like, oh, you transformed my life. Oh, this is great. I made this money. Fantastic. But you know what? Over here, I've got dreams. I got goals and aspirations myself.
Yep.
And while I'm helping you, I'm helping myself at the same time.
Amen.
I'm helping my children at the same time.
Yes. Yes.
You know
I
what
love
I'm saying?
that. I love that.
I'm helping fund my own dreams and my own aspirations
at the same time.
Maybe through my business, like, you know, your mother or your father always wanted to open a bakery. Boom, it's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you're helping other people fulfill their own dreams.
That's right. That's right.
So don't think of a place where you got to be this completely selfless person.
Yeah.
We all are in business because we want some other things for ourselves too.
That's right. And we got to keep remembering that. Else we'll get lost in the business.
Right.
We'll get lost in it. And I had this conversation with somebody the other day. They mentioned how sometimes the business can be the fall of a marriage or fall of a friendship or different things, because sometimes there'll be a neglect in those areas. And obviously, that's not always the reason, but for some people it is. And so I put a question in the chat for those of you who are watching, even if you're watching this on a replay. And my question is, do you have a framework? Because we're
Mhm.
talking about commitment and convenience and
Right.
all these things, right? But when you think about our signature process builder, it's going to help you to build that framework so you can, in fact, be committed to what it is that you're doing. Because
Right.
I feel, Meiyoko, it's not even a feeling. It's just how, what it is. You can't really have a commitment to and be blind at the same time.
No.
What are you committing to?
Correct.
Yes, you see the goal you have, like what I just said with me, like on 50 I want to be able to just have a life just as Leticia Campbell.
Right.
you know
Mhm.
Outside of Leticia and being a mom, outside of Leticia and being an entrepreneur, outside of Leticia and being a church leader and all those things, just Leticia. So how am I going to get there? What is the framework, like what you was alluding to in what you said, that's going to get me there? So I want to ask y'all again this question. Those of you who are watching, do you have a framework? And shout out to those of you who are in our on air room. I see a couple of you guys in there. It's our very first time doing that on the show. I kind of like it. I think we're going to continue to do it. But yeah, and
I
so
got a
if you don't,
question too.
go ahead, go ahead.
I got a question too. Do you really know what you want?
Mm,
Because you can have a framework, right?
yep,
We can give you the framework. Have a great business.
yep,
If you don't know what you want,
yep,
when you got to do something inconvenient,
yeah,
it's going to be
yeah,
that much harder.
yeah.
When you're trying to hold yourself accountable, it's going to be that much harder.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I just have
Spot
to go
on.
there because I feel like a lot of our situations are very mental, very
Mm-hmm.
mindset related.
Mm-hmm.
So we can give you the framework. We can give you the formula to create the framework, but it's got to be tied to the things you really want.
That's right.
I don't know. I just feel really pressed to talk about that today because I feel like we get so selfless and we think it's this cool, noble thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you guys to write this down,
Go
ladies and
ahead.
gentlemen. Nobody ever makes a full commitment to
Mm-hmm.
something that they're not getting anything out of.
Mm. Can you say that again?
Nobody, nobody fully commits to anything
Yes. Yes.
that they are not getting something worthwhile out
Mm-hmm.
of.
That's right. That's right.
This is why you can't commit to what's inconvenient because you
Yes.
don't know exactly what you're getting out of it.
That's right. That's right.
Let me give you an example. I have this business I'm working on. I don't want to do this so inconvenient because, man, I don't know if it's going to make any money. I don't know if it's going to do this. It's not attached to anything with substance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to inconvenience myself
Mm.
because this is what I want to do because this is what I'm passionate about and I
Mm-hmm.
get something out of this. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I was talking to you, Leticia, off this call
Yeah.
about going to pick up my child,
Right. Right.
right?
Oh.
It's my child is never an inconvenience, but
Yeah.
I had to change some things up. But I
Mm.
changed some things up because I want to be a father. I want to
Right.
be a better father. I don't
Wow.
want my daughter to say, Daddy said he would be there
Yeah.
and I'm not showing up.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
long as I have life, health, and strength, that's not going to happen.
Right. Right. Right.
You
You feel.
know, so
Yeah, thank
that's
you for
an
you're being
example.
so transparent right now. I
No,
love
but
it.
that's an example.
Yeah,
We commit to things that we know we're going to get something out of.
right, right, right.
And that's spiritual, that's mental, that's
Yeah,
emotional,
yeah,
that's financial. It works
yeah.
across the board.
That's the board. Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
keeps you committed, knowing that you are going to receive something
Right.
worth valuable to you,
Right. Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
So I ask again, what is it that all of you want?
Mm-hmm.
Because once you connect to that and you do the framework and all that other technical, tactical stuff,
Mm-hmm.
then it's easier to do the inconvenient things.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I'm sorry. I had to write a note down real quick that you just reminded me of. That's deep, y'all. Got you guys. I'm telling you, and your habits are going to be dependent upon how deep you want to go with yourself. How like what Miyoko shared is real life.
Real life,
It's
real life.
real life. And we all have a lot of things that we're going through that's real life that you may not tell the public, you may not even tell people who are closer to you, but it's real life. And for some, they'll allow their real life situation to drown them down and be an excuse of why their attitude's the way it is or their business is the way it is. But for you, you shared a great example of how your real life is driving you to fulfill your commitment to your daughter, to your business, and everything else that you are evolved in.
Absolutely.
I truly
Absolutely.
thank you for that. And this is even more of a reason why you guys should definitely go ahead and grab our signature process builder, because it's going to help you while you are having real life situations, whether you want to share it or not. You're still able to grab this and work through this, because it's going to literally take you 10 minutes to do this whole process, so that way you're building upon bettering your real life situation. So I know Teresa has been putting a link to our signature process builder in the chat. But if you want to grab it, if you're watching this on a replay, or if you're unable to go ahead and click the link, go ahead and type in the number 7 in the comments, and I will definitely, myself or Therese, will reach out to you with the information so you can go ahead and grab it. Shout out to all of you who went ahead and took action and said, hey, I'm ready to grab it now. Annette, I see that you're on here. Congratulations to you. I appreciate you for grabbing it. And it's going to be absolutely an amazing tool and resource for you to get clarity, accountability, and a clear path on building the right type of habits for your
Right.
life, for your business, and all the other things in between. All right.
And and
Go
y'all
ahead.
pay and y'all pay more for Starbucks.
Yes.
More
Way
for
more for Starbucks.
more for a value meal.
Yes. Way more. I
All
think
right.
it's like double.
I'm just gonna put it out there.
Ooh,
More than a value meal.
way more. Way
I'll
more.
pay way more for a value meal for
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks, a pair of socks.
Mm-hmm.
But this is something that you can actually carry with you that's going to change your life,
Right. Right.
which will increase your income.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not even trying to pitch for this.
No, there's no
Like if
pitch at
if
all.
this is something that you see valuable and you can invest in,
Mm-hmm.
then that's a clear indicator of why you're at where you're at in your business. I'm just
Very,
going to be
very
honest.
true. I'm so thankful that you shared that, because it's real. That's real. Okay. Hey, Deborah. So make sure, yeah, I'll reach out to you right after, Deborah. Make sure, again, if you haven't done so already, click the link that Therese popped in the comments. And shout out to Therese, our show producer. Shout out to everyone who's the on air room. And also, Annette, shout out to you, love. Oh, Therese, bring up Annette's comment. Miyoko's going to laugh. Shout out to all of you who came on today. We appreciate you guys so much for joining us. And so we're going
Right. Right. Look. Annette, them slices of cheesecake be like $10 now.
don't be surprised when you see her again. She's gonna give you some. She's gonna give you probably a whole cheesecake. She's that type of girl.
Hey. Hmm.
With some plates,
We,
some
we can all
utensils,
have a
and
slice.
napkins.
We can all have a slice.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for sharing that, Annette. So again, guys, thank you so much for showing, for hopping on again. If you see the link in the comments, go ahead and click on it and grab it now. Or if you're unable to click on it, some people are saying they can't click on the link. Just go ahead and type in number 7 in the comments right now, and I will definitely send it out to you. And I'll share this out to other people that you feel that also needs this information. Okay. Oh, we have to take that.
I'm with it.
All right, y'all. Let's get on out of here. Thank you guys for me, crab tray. Who said crab tray? Deborah. Oh, you like crab trays? Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, we ain't gonna be talking about food now. I'm gonna get hungry. Miyoko's speechless.
I'm thinking about cheesecake.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.
See y'all later.